Is it hard to raise a child near your 40s? If I stay with you, I feel like I'll get old too.
Stay away from this group.
Telling me that because of my age, the boss mom tried to kick me out of the mom group. Combined with the angst of having just moved here due to my husband's job transfer, I can't stop shaking with frustration. However, when a shocking fact was discovered later, the boss mom was the one who was shaking. My name is Shelby Tanner. I am a stay-at-home mom who lives with her husband and a 5-year-old son. We moved to this town the other day for my husband's work. I was puzzled by the unfamiliarity of the place, but my son got used to his new preschool and made new friends. He seems like he's having fun every day.
Welcome home, Jimmy. How was preschool? Yeah, I played with Kevin and Ben today.
Oh, really? Great.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Tanner. Jimmy, thank you for playing with my son.
Hello. Thank you for always playing with my son as well. Because of my son's friends, I have started to make some mom friends, and in one of the mom groups, we started to have tea from time to time. Everyone in the mom group is very nice, even to a newbie like me. In the mom group, there's someone called Boss Mom, and even in my mom group, there is a Boss Mom. She's a charming and nice type of person, but she doesn't like me very much. The reason for that is, which university did you go to, Mrs. Tanner? What does your husband do? How much does he make? She asks about personal information without hesitation to everyone she talks to, and she does it when other moms aren't watching. Plus, she asks about my personal information, but she never talks about herself. I was suspicious by how she asks in private, and I usually don't like to talk about that with someone that I'm not used to. I went to a normal college. My husband is a normal businessman. That's how I would answer her questions. Sometimes she looked a little disgruntled, but I didn't mind it, so I came up with ways to avoid her. One day, when I was having tea with my mom friends, the boss mom talked to me and asked intrusive questions as usual. Hey, how old are you, Mrs. Tanner? I'm turning 38 this year.
Oh. She asked my age, and I didn't have anything to hide, so I just answered, and Boss Mom seemed suspicious.
What's the matter?
No, it's nothing.
How she answered bothered me, but after that she wouldn't say anything, and we had tea with the mom group as usual. But after that day, she would make fun of me in the open. Anything that I would say, she would reply with, "Oh, someone that old wouldn't understand. I'm sorry," and laughed. Are you okay, Mrs. Tanner? Someone around her 40s would have a hard time keeping up with kids' energy, right? With sarcasm, she would say that without the other moms hearing her, and would say it just to me. The boss mom and other moms are near their 30s, I would guess, from the boss mom's attitude and behavior. I would guess from the boss mom's attitude and behavior she wants to get me out of the group because I'm near my 40s. But the other mom seemed to have no idea about what she was trying to do. Then one day, oh, you have the same key holders?
I got it from Boss Mom. She said she gave it to everyone.
On the kids' backpacks were the same key holders hanging on them. After that, I knew that she didn't give one to me on purpose. I could be okay with her giving me a hard time, but I don't want her to have my son involved. The good thing is that my son has no idea. On another day yesterday was fun.
The other moms were talking about an event that I didn't know about. Apparently, they all went to the park in the next town.
Too bad you weren't there, Mrs. Tanner. Since your husband doesn't make much, you have to work every day, right?
I wasn't even invited. I don't mind being treated like that. I just wonder if it will spill over to my son someday and makes me worry. The little harassment and getting left out on events from time to time, I felt like being in this mom group was uncomfortable for me. But the moms other than Boss Mom are always nice to me. I had just moved to the area and they gave me information about the community and had play dates with my son, so I don't want to lose them, and being intimidated by the Boss Mom and leaving the group seems too bad. I can just stand what Boss Mom throws at me, is what I thought. So I kept taking whatever Boss Mom did to me. One day when I was having tea with my mom friends for events held in the community for small children, I brought my son with me.
Mom, I want to go there.
Okay, walk slowly so you don't fall. I was walking hand in hand with my son, who was excited about the liveliness of the event. And in the distance, there was a celeb mom with the boss mom talking to her.
You look very nice today. No wonder you're the wife of one of the area's most powerful men.
The boss mom is so obviously flattering the celeb mom. The celeb mom seemed sick of the boss mom a little. Oh, those two knew each other, was what I thought, while watching them. Then boss mom looked right at me. She seemed surprised and had her eyes wide open, wanting to say, "Why are you here?" And looked away after staring at me.
Hello, Shelby. It seems like Jimmy is doing well, too.
I returned a greeting to her, who had on an elegant smile.
Hello with a smile?
Wait a second, what's happening? Why does she seem so friendly to you? Are you friends with her?
Me and the celeb mom's friendliness confused the boss mom. But we didn't want to have a conversation with boss mom, so we just continued talking to each other.
Shelby, did you get used to this town yet?
Yes, with your help. The store that you showed me by the big street was very nice. Thank you for telling me.
Great. I'm glad I could help.
She probably didn't like the fact that she was being left behind. The boss mom.
Behind, the boss mom is gritting her teeth. Eventually, she couldn't take it anymore. Boss mom is trying to attract the attention of celeb mom. She tried to blow me down.
Listen, she is almost in her 40s and is trying so hard to stay in our mom group. Maybe she wants to feel young. Doesn't that feel a little desperate?
She said that while smiling at her. But celeb mom had an expression on her face that didn't know what she was talking about and stared at her.
Does that mean you are making fun of me, too, since I'm only a year younger than Shelby?
Huh? Just 1 year apart? That can't be.
To that unexpected reaction of celeb mom, boss mom was stuttered. The celeb mom continued to give her a cold look.
Can you not make fun of my friend?
Yes, the celeb mom was a year younger than me in my high school club. I was the captain of that club that was strictly hierarchical, so I instructed them on courtesy and practice attitude. On the other hand, we wanted to foster a strong bond among the club members, regardless of position, with both peers and juniors. We started hanging out together. This may have influenced most of the juniors, including the celeb mom. They seem to have admired me since that time. I ran into celeb mom again a little after I graduated college. I saw her at a company I visited for work, so I talked to her.
Oh, is that you, Kim?
I was also at work that day, so we exchanged contact information and parted. But later that day, we had tea and talked about many things after we both graduated.
Oh, Shelby? Long time no see.
I know. How are you?
I am so glad to run into you again. I'm doing good, thanks to you.
I was also at work that day, so we exchanged contact information and parted. But later that day we had tea, and talked about many things after we both graduated. She still respected me, as she did then, and exchanged messages from time to time. She was so cute like that. I didn't even feel that we had met again after more than 10 years. I was still so close with her, especially after I decided to move to this town she had been living in for a long time, and has given me a lot of information. In the course of such communication, I learned that she was the wife of an influential person in this town.
I'm surprised. Who knew you married someone rich? No, stop it. It's no big deal. I'm not the rich one.
She smiled humbly without snubbing her position or family background. I liked her even more, and after I moved I took my son to her house several times to play. After giving her a brief description of our relationship, Boss Mom froze with a pale face.
Having no other advantage except being young, you're just trying to get by sucking up to people who seem powerful. You have no right to make fun of Shelby.
She learned that she was being looked at with contempt by Celeb Mom. Boss Mom was speechless. The Celeb Mom takes a firm stand against her and throws more bombs at her.
You probably don't know this, but Shelby is a successful writer and well-known in the industry. My husband is also a customer of hers. We are a great supporter of hers, both publicly and privately.
A successful writer?
You don't have to say too much.
What are you talking about? It's true. You don't have to keep it a secret.
I was unintentionally embarrassed by her compliment, but she said it in a manner that seemed natural to me.
If you were going to suck up to someone, it would have been better to choose Shelby and not me, who's just the wife of a local rich guy. You are so blind.
Celeb Mom snickered and laughed at her words. Boss Mom was stunned. Eventually she came to her senses. turned her head to look me in the eye and started to backbite me.
You said you were just a housewife, and that your husband was just an ordinary businessman. What did you lie to me?
She is just an acquaintance. And I had no information to give her, especially if she is someone who might be troublesome. That's what I thought. So I didn't give the information to the boss mom. It seems that was the right decision. Although I had a vague feeling, boss mom did change her attitude depending on the status of that person.
I didn't mean to deceive you. I just didn't think it was necessary to tell you.
What?
She expressed her full emotion of displeasure. She glared at me with an ogre-like expression. The celeb mom looked coldly at boss mom.
Don't make too much noise. You're disturbing the people around you.
Boss mom came to her senses with those words from the celebrity mom when she noticed that people were gathering around her. She turned red and ran away. After I couldn't see boss mom's back, I apologized to celeb mom.
I'm sorry I showed you my bad side. Thanks for covering for me. I showed you my bad side. Thanks for covering for me.
Celeb mom didn't seem to mind and laughed.
No, that's all I can do. But why don't we have a cup of tea for a refresher? A cafe just opened where the kids can play without being bored.
Great, let's go.
This exchange of ours turned into a bit of a loud commotion.
Among the onlookers who were around, there was a mom friend of mine who I am close to.
And the next day she spoke to me in concern.
Mrs. Tanner, are you okay? I didn't realize that boss mom would say those things. I'm sorry I didn't notice before.
She was unaware of the bullying from the boss mom and apologized for not noticing. She did nothing wrong.
Oh no, I didn't say anything either, so you didn't notice. No worries.
I can't just let it go, now that I know about it. Boss mom needs to apologize.
She was so enthusiastic that the moms acted quickly. Rumors that the boss mom was trying to get in with the celeb mom spread quickly. She was being charming to those around her, so she can establish her own position by flattering those in power. And her tactic of using that position to get rid of anyone she didn't like was exposed. Boss mom became distant, with not only the group of moms we belonged to, but also from all the mothers at the kindergarten. She was completely isolated, and because of her loneliness and impatience, she often came close to me.
Hey, Mrs. Tanner, can we have tea sometime? I found a nice cafe.
But I said
no, thank you. You don't want to hang out with an old person, right?
and didn't bother talking to her. The fact that she offended the celeb mom, the wife of an influential local man, and blackmailed her and stole her belongings became a huge rumor, even outside the preschool, so she was scolded by her husband as well.
What if we can't do business locally? Can you take responsibility for that?
That is...
What? Try to get out of this one. The boss mom's in-laws have been in business in the local area for generations. Just the rumor that she blackmailed a select mom in a local community was a big blow. Not only at the preschool, but she also had no place at home. After a while, I heard that they divorced. According to a friend that happened to see her in the next town, said she was completely depressed, that her former vigor was gone, and she was dressed in a plain outfit and was quietly taking her child to and from school. This incident has made me think once again that we should not judge people by their age or title. I would like to continue to build a good relationship with my mom friends and select mom and continue to live peacefully.